A little boy is turning into stone. His parents are calling out for help. The family building tradition has been carried out for years and years. We all are accustomed to seeing around us that every person in general is looking for that one individual who makes life worth living. The concept of marriage is primitive. It's a permanent legalized relationship where you choose for yourself a partner who you would like to live the rest of your life with. After the norms of a wedding ceremony, the next part falls as an extension of the family. With the children a couple produces, the bond grows stronger and the generation moves forward. The child brought into the world soon becomes the topmost priority. His health, his needs are all that matter to the new parents. Relating to a similar situation are Nanda and Narkumari, who happen to be residents of Kathmandu, Nepal. Nanda gave birth to a little boy named Ramesh Kumar months after their marriage. The little boy brought a new wave of happiness into their lives of the poor couple, who were already combating with their basic finances. At first, everything went smoothly, and the little family was living their best days until the unforeseen happened. It became clear to Nanda that something was actually wrong with her son. With time, his skin started to turn dry, patchy, and eventually into a scaly texture. At first, she thought it was an allergic reaction, which would go in just a few days. But the situation worsened when the scaly texture started to cover the little boy's whole body. The skin texture could be ignored, but other symptoms had now started to become evident too. The little child would always be sick. His joint movement was restricted, and he was unable to produce words. Thus, the new parents became extremely worried and rushed their child to the nearest doctor available. The doctor was stunned at the sight. He had never witnessed this before. A little child with patchy skin more like a stone statue. The changes in the skin were so apparent that he concluded it must be a fungal infection. Little did the doctor know that the kid was afflicted by one of the rarest diseases around the globe. With time, it could be noticed that Ramesh not only had a scarly appearance, he had a weak immune system. He had visual disturbances and impaired hearing disabilities. His movement was restricted and was unable to do some of the basic moves. He couldn't even talk. The couple was terrified by adversity that they were put into. But they did not give up. They kept visiting doctors until Ramesh could be assisted. After several tests and hospital visits, the little boy had been diagnosed with harlequin ichthyosis. It is a rare autosomal recessive pathology found in 1 person out of 500,000 people. This epidermis of the skin thickens due to a genetic defect, which results in thickened, tight texture of the skin. The tightness of skin around the abdomen brings about eating and breathing difficulties. The hearing ability is greatly impaired. Joint mobility is restricted and small swollen limbs are noticeable too. With all these signs and symptoms, a person clearly becomes dependent on others. With all the symptoms matching Ramesh's, it was now clear that he required long-term treatment. The treatment offered was not easily available or affordable for Nar and Nanda. They still tried to aid their child in whatever way possible. Meanwhile, the society and people around were unable to accept Ramesh's appearance. His inability to communicate through words made things worse. Socially, the little boy had very few people in the world. His parents kept moving forward, searching for opportunities and helping the little kid with physiotherapy and social acceptance. The struggle was real, and only a miracle could pull them out of this. It was one of the prayers that actually got answered, and help arrived in an exclusive manner that nobody could have ever thought of. One fine evening, the family was informed that Joss Stone wanted to visit them. The couple was extremely surprised upon hearing such news. They had probably heard of the singer for the first time in their lives. Arrangements were made to welcome the guest from the furthest corner of the globe, the USA. Joss introduced herself and met Ramesh with utmost gratitude. She then announced that she had a concert in Kathmandu and has decided to donate all of the money for Ramesh's treatment. Upon hearing such news, the Kumaris were in a true state of shock, but it quickly turned into a moment of joy. The fact that Ramesh's life could actually be made better was everything the couple had prayed for in an 11-year time period. Therefore, Joss Stone Foundation took the responsibility of looking after the treatment and finances of Ramesh and his treatment. The Joss Stone Foundation had truly done a remarkable job by being a support to the deserving ones. With the story I just described, it becomes clear that health is truly a form of wealth that we tend to take for granted. Health, in actuality, is a complete state of physical and mental well-being. Therefore, a healthy person is able to enjoy every essence of life to the fullest. With even a minor inconvenience, such as diarrhea, everything around us becomes unpleasant, and you feel very low. So please eat well, sleep well, exercise well, and live healthy for better a future. Because what we have is a dream to many. Value it before it's gone.